The fire of Namrood. A long time ago, in a city named Canaan, in his boyhood lived Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, had gifted him with great wisdom and had filled his heart with the light of faith. The people of Canaan used to worship idols. They bowed before many gods instead of the one true God. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam saw them worshipping the idols made of wood and stone. He wondered how these lifeless statues, which cannot even flick or fly away from their faces, be the givers of life and death, fulfill people's need and grant their wishes. The head of his family, his uncle Azar, was not only a worshipper of idols but also made idols for other people to worship. People of Canaan also worshipped objects of nature like the sun, the moon, and the stars. Years passed, and Hazrat Ibrahim al-Islam grew up to be strong young man. His dislike for idol worship had grown even stronger. He had realized that there is power beyond those idols. The sun, the moon, and the stars, which is stronger and higher than everyone and everything, and worthy of man's everlasting respect and devotion. The name of this power is Allah, the Almighty, the Merciful, and the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Once Hazrat Ibrahim Islam argued with the people who worshipped objects of nature. He pointed out that the stars and the moon are absent during the day and the sun sets when the night falls. How can these things be worthy of our devotion if they cannot even remain in one permanent condition? He told them that these objects are not goods, but they are sign of the one and only Allah Almighty, who is the master of the whole universe. In the same manner, he argued with the idol of worshipper and told them that these lifeless images and idols cannot harm or benefit anyone. The people refused to listen his arguments. To prove his point, Hazrat Ibrahim al-Islam devised a plan. One day, when the people of the city had gone off to celebrate a festival, he entered the largest temple and broke down every idol with his axe. He reduced every idol to pieces except the biggest one. On the shoulder of this idol, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam played his axe and went home. When the people came back to the temple, they found every idol except one broken into pieces. The sight angered them greatly. After a brief discussion among themselves, they concluded that only Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam can do such a thing, as he always used to oppose the worship of idols and objects of nature. They called for Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. When he arrived, they questioned him about the incident. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam said that they should question the one remaining idol. It had the axe on its shoulder, and surely the other idols were broken by it. The people said the idol could not move any inch from its spot and hence unable to do such a thing. Hazrat Ibrahim al-Islam said then the idol should be asked who had broken the other idols as it was present here all the time. Whatever happened must have happened right before its eyes. And this the people replied that an idol cannot speak, listen, or see, and so it cannot say who was responsible for all this. At this, Hazrat Ibrahim al-Islam said, then why do you worshipping something that cannot move, listen, speak, or see? Why do you worship something that cannot protect itself? How do you accept it to protect your from harm or benefit you in any way? His answer proved that he indeed was responsible for the demolition of the idols. He was arrested and brought before the ruler of the city. The ruler was named Namrood. He had declared himself to be God and people used to worship him too. After hearing about the incident, Namrud questioned Hazrat Ibrahim salam about his beliefs. Hazrat Ibrahim salam told him that he believes in Allah, who is the giver of all life and every death. Namrud claimed to be God and said that he could also give life and cause death. To prove his claim, he pardoned a prisoner who was sentenced to death and then had an innocent man killed. At this, Hazrat Ibrahim salam said, "My Allah raised the sun from the east and sets in the west. If you are God, as you claim, then raise the sun from the west and set in the east." His answer left Namrud speechless. He was deeply ashamed and angered. In his rage, he ordered to burn Hazrat Ibrahim salam alive. The firewood was collected for several days and then a huge bonfire was prepared. The heat from the fire was so much that nobody could go near it. Hazrat Ibrahim salam was put into catapult and thrown into the fire from a long distance. By the grace of a God, the fire cooled down and Hazrat Ibrahim salam remained unharmed. After spending some time in the fire, he walked out his own. Not a hair on his head was touched by fire. This miracle turned many people's hearts. They declared their faith in Allah and renounced idolatry. Hazrat Ibrahim salam continued calling people to Allah and slowly his message spread to the whole kingdom. This story tells us that when we believe in Allah with our whole heart and soul and devote all our love and respect to Him, His grace embraces us. The fire of hardship cools down and cool breeze of contentment and happiness becomes our constant companions. If you like my story, please subscribe, like and share.